Hey, so if you've been traveling around the new two islands that came out with Inazuma, you might have stumbled upon this puzzle here. And this might be one of the hardest puzzles in Genshin Impact, in my opinion, but also one of the most fun puzzles that I've had solving it. And I wanted to give you guys, I guess, the answer on how to solve it, because this is why you're here watching the video anyways, right? But I also wanted to give my thought process and the explanations and stuff like that for anyone who is still confused on it and why or how I ended up coming up with the solutions that I came up with. So hopefully this video helps anyone who was stuck on this puzzle. Do give it a thumbs up. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. And consider subscribing to see more Inazuma content in the future. Okay, so first what you want to do is head over to the researcher's notes somewhere on the ground. It'll further explain how to solve the puzzle. And the top right, you can see my little diagram. Don't listen to that right now because it has the wrong answers. But it's kind of like Sudoku. The cubes are numbered 1 through 9, and you're not going to be reusing the same number. And all the numbers, when you're going horizontally, vertically, and diagonally, need to add up to the same exact number for any of you guys out there who have played Sudoku. Now, the 4 cubes on the puzzle that have stone slates on top of them will be numbered 5 through 8, but the ones that do not have them will be numbered 1 through 4. And the way that you know which one has the correct corresponding number is if it's facing north, that starts as number 1. So you start with the cubes that don't have any stone slates on top of them. It starts at 1 if they're north, and then you go counterclockwise. If it faces east, which is to the right, that'll be number 2. If it's facing down, which is south, that'll be number 3. West, which is number 4, or left, if you want to say that. And then those are only for the ones that do not have stone slates on top of them. For the ones that do have the stone slates, it'll be categorized 5 through 8. Same thing, starting north, 5, east, 6, south, 7, and west, 8. Boom. Okay. So stone slates 5 through 8. It'll be the same correspondence. This one we can move. So let's go to the ones that we can't move. This one right here, 5, 6, 7, 8. This one is an 8. That top one up here is an 8 because it can't move. This one, it can move. The rest can move, unfortunately. The rest can move. Okay, so we won't mess with them. Let's go for the other ones that can't move. 1 through 4. This is 1, 2, 3. This one's a 3. That's a 3. This right here, it's facing north. Can't move, so that's a 1. At least that one was correct. Another one that can't move. This one, which is 2. There we go. So now we can start working. The rest we can move. So this one we can't move. That one we can't move. This one we can't move. The rest of the numbers here we can move. Okay. So now let's figure this out. Top left, the only one that can move is the last one. That's going to be 1 through 4. So I feel like off the rip, I'm going to make that a 4 immediately. So this bottom right corner, if it's a 6, hypothetically speaking, that'll be a 15 along the bottom path. A 15. And how do we get 6? We have to move it east. East is 6. That's a 15 down here. We got 15 on the bottom. Hypothetically, say that this is a 4. Pretend that this is a 4. And I'll start adding different numbers on what we changed. So this is a 4 that we changed. This is a 6. And then this will be a 15. So now the new number is 15. And this is 15. We have 15 going up and down right here. 15 going across right there. And then 15 going down right there. We need to build a 15 going over here too. We have 6 and 8. 6 and 8. How do we get a 15 out of 6 and 8? 7, right? So this one has to be facing south. This corner has to be facing south. Boom. You make the 7. Going across, add that up. That's a 15. Easy clap. Center, I didn't even get to the center first, but it was facing north, which means it was automatically going to be a 5 right here. 5 plus 6, 11 plus 4, 15. Boom, diagonal, 15. 15 across the board. Easy clap. Easiest puzzle of my life. I've also learned that there are 3 different puzzles to this. You can either log out of the game and log back in like I'm doing, so you can stay in the same exact location, or you can teleport to another place and teleport back, and then it should be a different puzzle again. There are 3 different types of these puzzles. Oh, wow. It looks like it's changed. All right, so everything's the same. Everything's the same. The ones with the stone slates on top of them, like this, the little stones on top, are 5 through 8 categorized. Going from clockwise north all the way around. So right here, we can't move this one. It cannot be moved. It is stationary. That means that mark right here, bottom right, will be a 6 guaranteed. This one can be moved, so we won't mess with it. This one, stone slate, can't be moved, so we'll mess with that one. It is facing west, final rotation, which means that this bottom left will be an 8. So we have 8 down here, and ignore my chicken scratch. We have 8 on the scale of 5, 6, 7, 8. These 2 can be moved, so we won't mess with them yet. This one that can't be moved is facing east. That's going to be a 2. It's on the scale of 1 through 4 now, because they don't have the stone slate. This one can't be moved, facing south, which means it's going to be a 3. So above the 8 is a 3. And then I think the rest we're good with, right? Unless I'm missing one. Oh, the empty slot up here. The empty slot's 9. There we go. Boom. All right, so we have our numbers. We have our numbers. So going off the rip, just what we have to work with, this will be an 11, again on the bottom, 3 plus 8. Over here, we have another 11 on the side. And then going up and down, we have an 8. So 8 going up and down right here, because you have to make the things the same going horizontally. This needs to be the same as this, which needs to be the same as that. That's the end game goal that we're trying to go for here. So with that being said, up and down is 8, and then left to right is going to be 14. So we have, these are the numbers. 14 going across over here, 8 going up, 11 going across. This number will be the deciding factor, I feel like, right? So in the top left corner, if we go ahead and check, we can move this any which way. It doesn't have a stone slate on top of it, which means we can probably use, let me see. It doesn't have a stone slate. This one doesn't have a stone slate. This one doesn't have one, and that one. So it's either going to be, this one's facing east, this one's facing south. It's either going to be north or west right here, I think. So it's facing north right now. If that was a 1, it would make these 12s, which wouldn't work out. It wouldn't work out because this is a 14, right? So with that being said, we are going to be changing this top one to the final last one, which will be a 4. So if I give this a 4 right here, and I'll change the color to make it a little bit easier for you, because this is Sudoku, you're not reusing numbers. So we use a 4 right here. That's the one that we changed that one to. It makes these on the outside now 15, because you're adding 5. So up and down right here, 15. Across, 15. Now, how about this one? We're missing a number. It's 14. We have to get to 15 somehow, right? Well, this is the one without a stone slate. The only option is north. North is number 1. So you put number 1, you make that a 15. Perfect. And now you add 10 or 9 and 1. You get a 10 so far, which means you have to add 5 in the center. 5 should have a stone slate. If we check, it does have one. The first number for 5 is north, because that's how it starts. North, east, south, west. So this one's going to be a 5, which means you have to face that north. And then we're just missing one more number right here. We have 5, 8, or we have 3, 5, 8. We need to get 15, so this is going to be a 7, because there's no more 7 on the map. 7 on the rotation, north, clockwise. This is a 5. This is a 6. And then last one, south, 7. Puzzle completed. Simple. We have the numbers here as well. All right, let's do it again. Same logic applies to this third puzzle. Let's go for the ones that are stationary and that can't be moved first to get them out of the way. We have an empty slot on this square over here. So it'll be, the middle left will be 9, because that's the empty slot. Middle one, we can't move, and it is facing north. So that is going to be a 5, because it has a stone slate on it. So we put a 5 here to help us out. Over there, that's also facing north, but it doesn't have a stone slate, which means it's going to be a 1. So right off the bat, we already know what the number is going to be, 15. 15 is the max number we're going to get for all categories, horizontal, vertical, and diagonal. So that's pretty self-explanatory. We just have to add up the math on the rest of them. This one right here can be moved, this one cannot, but it doesn't have a stone slate on it, and it's facing down, which means it's going to be a 3 down here, which means that the top one going off of 5 and 3, which is 8, has to be a 7, and this one can be, oh, it can't be moved, which means it's already a 7 for us. Oh, this one's actually pretty simple. They're like solving it for you. Yeah, this one can't be moved, and it has a stone slate on it, so 5, 6, 7, counterclockwise. Okay, let's see what else we're left with here. The last ones are moving. We have everything out of the way. We have the 4 that don't move. So now we have to stop and think, yeah? Let's change our color to red. Change our color to red. So now we have just one number on every corner. We have to somehow add up this number, 7 plus something, to equal 15. We have one with a stone slate and one without a stone slate. So this one that does not have a stone slate, let's see the numbers that we've already used. This one can't be moved, this one can't be moved. So let's do, we have 2 of them with no stone slate, yeah? And they are occupying the numbers 1 and 3. Which is north and south. So we have to go either east or west. So I'm going to make this one go east. We'll put a hypothetical 2 right here just to start off, which will make this a 9, which means this one has to be a 6. So I'm going to go over here and see how we get a 6. It has a stone slate on it. Right now it's in the 5 position. Going east will be a 6 position. So with the hypothetical 6 right there, that makes a 15 on this side. Now let's see how if we can get the bottom one. This one right now is a current 11, which means we have to add a 4. This is no stone slate on the top, so we have to face it west, the final location, to get a 4, which will make it 15. That's a 15. But now is it possible to get 15 down here on the side? This one right here, totally, these two combined is a 7. Diagonally, right? We need to get a 8 on this corner, which there is no 8 left on the map. Let's see if this adds up. We have 4 plus 8, which is 12, plus 3, which is 15. That's a hypothetical 15. 8 plus 1, 9, plus 6, hypothetical 15. So that seems like it checks out. The reason how we get 8 is the last location west, and boom, solved. You get the precious chest. And there you go. That is all the locations, the numbers. Whatever, that was fun. That was probably the best puzzle I've ever done in Genshin, I'll be honest. I know a lot of people might hate it because they just want their rewards and stuff like that. But you can always just Google it if you want the rewards. For the people who want to solve it, like me, bro, best puzzle ever. I fucking love this. I hope miHoYo does more stuff like this in the future. Honestly, I hope they do more stuff like this in the future. That was fun. That was a lot of fun.